the body's not that bad at being still. The body can sit still for a minute or two, but the mind is almost immediately talking or still talking. And so, the definition, the very popular definition of yoga is the stilling of the mind turnings. It's the stilling of the modifications of your mind. They don't talk about stilling the body in that definition at all. But they do talk about the body and the breath as steps for that. Because if the mind's active, it's going to make the body want to be active. And so when you start to sit here and you just notice that little bit of attention, because that's one of the important steps for the mind, is to consciously direct your attention. Consciously direct your attention. Direct it to an object. And so we usually start with our breathing. It's a very reliable object. It's going to be there as long as you're there, as far as I think, as far as I know. And so you start to just notice the breath moving. Today, you're going to focus a little different, as this is a more meditative breathing exercise. You're just going to focus on the feeling of the wind at the tip of your nose. The feeling of the wind at the tip of your nose. So when you inhale, you feel the wind move at the tip of the nose. And when you exhale, you can feel the wind move at the tip of the nose. And this is your object that you'll focus on for the first few moments of class. Because to focus on an object is to begin to direct your mind. To direct the mind is the beginning of stilling the mind. You might almost immediately notice that your mind goes, this is boring. But that's okay. That's like a metaphor of trying to put the reins and a saddle on a horse. The horse is not so welcoming of this at first. And actually in India, the metaphor is with an elephant. Even more reluctant maybe, or certainly more challenging to put the reins and the saddle on an elephant. But they were able to achieve this. They could ride the elephant. And if that elephant wanted to go somewhere, the rider was going to go that way. The mind is like the elephant. If your mind wants to think about something else, it's going to go there. But you can try to direct it. Try to direct it to pay attention to the feeling of wind at the tip of your nose. The elephant might listen. This is the practice. Not a guarantee it's going to listen, but it might listen. A few more moments. Really concentrate. The feeling of wind at the tip of the nose. You are this somewhat helpless little rider on top of an elephant, hoping that the elephant will listen to what you say. And just drop your head to one side. Keep listening to your soft, easy flowing breath. Bring it back up, drop your head to the other side. Inhale back up, drop your chin down. And as you lift your chin up, lift your chest up with it. Just a little bit, and lift your chin all the way up. And then come back to neutral. In addition to listening to the sound of wind, and you might just stick with this throughout class, there's another one called ujjayi, where we restrict the flow of air at the glottis of the throat. It's like you're going to fog a mirror. Just try fogging a mirror for an exhale. Go. A hand is just to pretend to be a mirror. You're fogging the pretend mirror. Now you're just going to try to do this on your exhale, but instead of through your mouth, you're going to fog that mirror through your nose. So inhale, and then on exhale, make that fogging sound. And you can listen to that sound as another object for you to focus on. Try that 2 more times. Inhale, feel the sensation of wind at the tip of the nose. And then exhale, listen to the sound of the fogging mirror as you exhale. I don't think Google actually lets me hear you hear that anymore. Blocks out the white noise. Inhale. If you can do it on the inhale, great, but don't worry about it. Exhale. Now keep this going. You're going to inhale and lift your arms up. And exhale, bring your hands down in front. You're going to try to move and coordinate your breath with your movement. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, bring your arms down. So not only are we focusing on the sound of breath, feeling of breath, but we're focusing on this movement, coordinating it with our breath, almost like it's one rising and falling. Do this 3 more times. Inhale, rising it up. Exhale, bringing it down. Inhale, rising it up. Coordinate the movement to feel like it's harmoniously one thing instead of several. Last round. Good. Inhale, stretch straight up this time. And then exhale, drop your hands to your right as you twist. Listen to your breathing. It's a lot going on. Inhale, arms straight up. And then drop your arms straight down to twist to the left. Moving and breathing in coordination. Inhale, arms straight up. And then exhale, hands down like this. Cactus arms tip to one side. Inhale, arms straight up. Bend and tip to the other side. Inhale, arms straight up. And then bring the hands down by your sides. Good. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look neutral. Inhale, look down, bring your chest up. Exhale, look neutral. Inhale, turn your head to the right. Exhale, look neutral. Finding an embodied tension. Inhale, look left. Exhale, look neutral. One more round. Inhale, tip your head right. Exhale, look neutral. Inhale, tip your head left. Exhale, look neutral. And then just pause here a moment. Keep the breathing going. Keep your sense of attention on that breathing. Notice that your breath is moving. It's moving in your body. You can feel the rise of the breath, maybe in your belly or chest, and the collapsing or sinking of that breath on the exhale. Watch it. Learn to grow appreciative, interested even, in these subtle movements. This will still the mind. Directing the mind is the beginning of stilling the mind. Maybe the elephant will go where you're pointing to. When you're ready, pull your walks out from underneath wherever they were being kept, if they weren't already on your mat, and come to standing on your yoga mat. Try a simple warm up again. Same idea. We're going to link our breathing with our movement in an effort to tether our attentiveness. You'll see the elephant's going to try to go left. The elephant's going to try to go right. Remember, that's your conscious mind thinking whatever it wants to think about. And the rider is really your will, your intentionality to try to steer the elephant down the path of a quiet mind. We're going to do this by coordinating breath with movement. Inhale, bring your hands to your heart. Exhale, put your hands up into the ceiling. You can flex your wrists like you're trying to hold the ceiling up. Good. Inhale, bring your hands back to your heart. Exhale, push your hands straight out in front of you. Inhale, bring your hands up to your heart. And we're going to twist. As you push your arms out to the sides, turn your body right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, turn your body left. Inhale, back to center. And the last one, we push our hands down. So very simple sequence. Just learning how to coordinate. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale, push up. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale, push forward. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale, push wide and twist. Inhale, hands to heart. Push wide and twist the other way. Inhale, hands to heart. Push straight down. One more set. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale, push up. Coordinating movement and breath. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale, push out. Inhale, hands to heart. Push wide and twist. Inhale, hands to heart. Push wide and twist the other way. Inhale, hands to heart. And push straight down. Good. Put your right hand on your right hip. Inhale, bring your left arm up. And then exhale, take it across the body. You can gently do the 3 taps. Inhale, bring it all the way back. Hands on your hip. Exhale, sink down through your feet. Inhale, open your right arm up. Exhale, tip it over. 3 tips. As you exhale steadily. Inhale, hand to hip. Exhale, sinking through your feet. Let's do that whole sequence again. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale. 2 more pulses. Inhale, hand to hip. Exhale, sink into your feet. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, tip. Inhale, hands to hip. One more round. Inhale, left arm up. Coordinate the movement with the breath. Really focus, giving your attention and coordination to that full breath. So that the exhale ends, the inhale begins, and the next movement begins with it. Exhale, stand in your posture. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, tip it over. Inhale, hands to your hip. Exhale, this time bend your knees like you're sitting in a chair. Swoop your hands down, forward and up, lift up, tippy toe. And then exhale, hands on your hips. Inhale, look up a little bit, pull your shoulders back. Exhale, sink down into your chair pose. Inhale, swoop your hands forward and up, maybe tippy toe. Exhale, hands on your hips. Inhale, look up slightly, draw your shoulders back. Exhale, sink into your chair pose. Inhale, swoop it forward and up, tippy toe. Exhale, hands on hips. Inhale, shoulders back, gaze above eye level. Exhale, sink it down. Inhale, swoop it up. Exhale, hands on hips. Awesome. Plant your left foot in front and step your right foot back. Good. Just take about as long a stance that feels good to your body. Yep. But we're going to try to keep our hips still pointing forward. So we're step back, but we're still able to get our hips pointing forward. You can keep the hands on the hips here if it feels good to you. And now you're just going to bend your front knee. This is an exhale. Keep the back heel down. Inhale, back up. And exhale, see if you can bend your back knee any amount. It doesn't have to be a lot. If you're short, your stance, I'm going to bend it a little more. And just sinking into that back leg, just by bending the back knee, front leg is straight. Inhale, back up. Exhale, bend through your front knee. Keep that back heel down, that back foot down. Inhale, up. Exhale, bend your back knee. You can even sink your chin and chest down when you do this. Inhale, up. Last round, bend your front knee. Inhale, back up. Sink, bend your back knee and sink your chin and chest down. And then inhale, swoop your arms forward as you step forward. Exhale, hands by your sides. Now I haven't reminded you, but I was keeping, maybe you couldn't hear it in the volume, I was keeping my throat going, and I was keeping my attention on the tip of the wind, even though there's all these extra actions. Now we're doing the second side, you know what's gonna come, so maybe you can also focus on the wind at the tip of the nose and keep that throat sound going. So you're creating this flow of attentiveness in the movement back and forth. Step your left foot back. Hands on your hips, just enough so our hips can still point forward. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale, back up. Keep your attention on your breathing. Exhale, bend your back knee, drop your chin and chest. Inhale, back up. Exhale, bend forward. Listening to the breath as you move, coordinating them together. Inhale, up. Bend your back knee. Inhale, up. Bend your front knee. Inhale, up. Bend your back knee. Inhale, up. Bend your front knee. Inhale, up. Bend your back knee. Listening to the breath. Inhale, up. Bend your front knee and swoop your arms forward to standing at the front of your mat. Exhale, arms by your sides. Excellent. Excellent. You're going to take your hands and weave them behind your head. If this is uncomfortable on your shoulder, you're going to separate your hands any amount, and notice how that starts to bring the elbow down lower. So just listen to where, but keep them apart if you can, not close. Keep them apart. So it's like a windshield wiper. And if you can, that windshield wiper will go behind the head. Okay. With the hands behind the head, or just the shoulders back, you're going to pull the elbows back to try to open across your chest. Step your feet a little bit wider apart. Maybe almost as wide as the mat. And just using your mind, make sure your outer feet are parallel. Breathe here a few breaths. Just letting the front body be open and expansive and stretching. Letting the breath fill up your lungs. Noticing our breath. Now from here, you're going to turn your left elbow back. Inhale. And now exhale, take your left elbow all the way down towards the right knee or towards the right foot. You decide where you want to stop. Doesn't have to touch, it's just what you're aiming for. Inhale, back up. Exhale, turn to your right. Breathe here. And then take your other elbow to the other knee, foot, or leg. Again, doesn't have to get there. You're just aiming for it. Inhale, back up. Exhale, twist to our left. Breathe here. Exhale, curl the left elbow to the opposite leg. Inhale, back up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, hold it here. Exhale, curl to the opposite leg. Inhale, up. Put your arms out like a T. You can turn your toes out and maybe step even wider. Exhale, push your hands down as you bend your knees out over the toes. Bring your hands into the center. Inhale, lift straight up. Open your hands out, push down. This is an exhale. Inhale, up. Training the mind to stay focused on coordinating breath and movement. This is the key. All of a sudden, you'll realize your mind isn't thinking about anything else. It's just breathing and moving. We want to make the movement complicated enough to gather enough bandwidth, but simple enough that it doesn't inform that critical, cognitive, discerning thinker. Inhale, back up. This time, pull your elbows wide and down as you sit down. And tip your elbow down towards your thigh. Inhale all the way back up. Pull down. Tip your elbow towards your other thigh. Inhale, back up. Hands to your heart. Good. Walk it back to the front of your mat. We're going to practice a little moment of balance, and then we're going to step back. So if the balancing is too difficult, you're going to stay on your tippy toe, or you can even put a block down so you can step on the block. And then we're going to step all the way back. So be prepared to be able to make that transition. Don't use the chair today or the wall. Rather, just put your toe on the block. And that's fine. If you want to play with balancing, you can hover. Okay? So we're going to root down through our left leg. Inhale, bring up our right. And for this round, just step it back down to mountain. You can use your hands to help keep you balanced. Put your leg in your right foot. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, place it down. Okay. Inhale, bring up your right. And then exhale, step it all the way back. Good. Inhale, whirl it open, warrior two. Exhale, hold the pose and breathe here. We're going to whirl our arm all the way forward to chair pose. So turn your back palm up, and on the inhale, you can bend your back knee. Exhale to chair. Good. Inhale back to mountain and relax a moment. Good job. So that's the sequence. Inhale, bring up the left leg. Exhale, step it all the way back. Inhale, whirl it open, warrior two. Pause and breathe here. You're going to turn your back palm up And bend your back knee. Inhale, step forward. And then exhale, land in chair. Inhale, mountain. Relax here a moment. Breathe. Notice your attentiveness in the way you carry your posture. You're just learning to direct the mind. That's that. We're just giving it things to direct it to that are always available. And so eventually, it just learns, oh, I like being directed. The elephant likes being calm and collected. It doesn't mind having the rider on it anymore. Inhale, bring up the right knee. Exhale, step it all the way back. Inhale, whirl it open, warrior two. Breathe here. Flip the back palm up. Inhale, bend your back knee as you step forward. Exhale, sink into chair. Inhale, mountain. Good. Breathe here. Notice the directing of the mind. We're not going to go any faster. This is the practice to get more effort or rigor if you want out of it. Be deeper in the pose. Inhale, bring up the left knee. Exhale, step it all the way back. Inhale, whirl it open, warrior two. Breathe here. Flip your back palm up, bend your back knee. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, land in chair. Good. So now you know what to expect. Let's just keep moving and breathing, making the movements feel clean and crisp and connected to our breathing. The sound of wind at the tip of the nose, the sound of ujjayi on the exhale, and maybe even the inhale. It's like that's the fogging the mirror thing. It's called ujjayi. Inhale, bring up the right knee. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, warrior two. Breathe your breath. Flip the back palm up, bend the back knee. Inhale, forward. Exhale, chair. Inhale, mountain. Inhale, left knee up. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, warrior two. Breathe a breath. Bend the back knee. Inhale, step forward. And exhale, sink into chair. Inhale all the way up. Mountain. Very good. You're going to reach down with your with your right hand and up with your left hand. So it looks like a diagonal. Good. Good. Keep breathing and start to stretch your fingers further away from each other. Try to open across your chest and shoulder blades. Now turn so your palms in both hands point behind you, like your top hand's thumb is down. Good. Both thumbs are down, I guess. Palms point behind you. And what you're going to do is you're going to weave them. Wait, I got that wrong. Then swing this top hand around the back, around the head, and swoop the backhand up the back. They don't have to touch. Look, mine don't touch. But they're moving towards touching. Keep your hands expansive. Only squeeze them if they can grab each other. Good. And breathe here. Bring your legs as close together as you can. That feels comfortable on your body. And squeeze. If you can't get the legs together, put a block so you can squeeze a block. Now gently start to twist to your right, the down arm. Feel your whole spine twisting, your neck, head twisting. Good. Come back to center and feel your whole spine twisting towards the lifted arm. The whole thing from the belly, the rib cage, the neck, the gaze. Inhale back to center, release your arms down. Ooh, just notice how the shoulders may feel. Try not to move them too much, just notice and feel. Good. Stretch the right arm down on a diagonal, the left arm up on a diagonal. Breathe and get big across your chest and shoulders. Increase the distance between both hands by breath. Opening up the body. Good. Now wrap the top arm behind the head, fingers expanded, palm expanded, and the bottom arm behind the back, fingers expanded, unless they can hook onto each other. Keep the hands bright. Squeeze the legs close together or use a block. And now gently twist to your left, which is the down arm. Feel the spine twisting in all the spots. Maybe identifying the places that are a little grumbly about it. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist the other way. Inhale back to center and release your arms. Relax them for a moment. Check in. Turn the palms to face forward so your arms look like in the capital letter A. Good. Stretch them apart a little bit wider. Bring the shoulders up, back, and down. And breathe here. And now separate the feet a little bit. Keep breathing here. Try to make your spine really tall, growing up through the crown, sinking down through the heels, and letting the breath flow through the upright body. The pose is static, but the breath gives you something to stay attentive to. Train the mind to follow the rider. The elephant will go where it wants to go. What if the elephant wants to go where it's being directed? This is the secret. To let the mind realize it likes being directed. It likes being in attention. Good. Relax your arms. Step your feet a little wider. We're going to squat all the way down. We're going to try to keep our feet flat on the floor. So go all the way down while keeping the feet flat on the floor. That's what all the way down is for your body. Breathe here. Let your head start to grow heavy. Back of the neck starts to get a little long. Now use your legs. Push down. Inhale. Reach up. Arms up. Inhale. Stretch up. Don't go too fast. You don't get a head rush. And then exhale back to mountain or standing. Let's do that whole sequence again. Bend the knees nice and slow. Keep the feet flat on the floor. Making any adjustments with your feet to see what might suit your body better. Breathe here. Let the head grow long. Or sorry, the back of the neck grow long. Focus on your breathing. And then push with your legs. Inhale, reach up. Bring the arms down. Last round. Moving at your own pace, sink down. Stay attentive. Push down through legs. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms by your sides. Very good. You're going to step back, and if you can, you might use a prop or a wall that will help you lower down, but use your mat. Don't go away from your mat. But you might practice not using the prop. You're going to step back. I'll show you what I'm going to do first. You're going to maybe turn that foot out any amount and then lower down until your knee touches the floor. So really stabilizing yourself over your front leg is the key, and shifting your weight back as needed. Good. From here, back off a little bit. Upright. Reach your right hand into the sky. Tip it over to the left. Inhale, back up. Bring it back to your front knee. Push down with your hands into your front knee. Open your chest back a little bit. Keep that chest and kind of the back of your skull moving back as you bend your front knee nice and deep. Any amount you'd like to go. Listen to your knee. Don't overwork the knee. Good. Now from here, put the weight down. You have to back off the knee a little bit. Put the weight down through the foot. Lift the back knee up. Good. Put your hand on your knee for support and then step forward. Awesome. Try the other side. Step the other foot back. Remember, the key to getting that knee down safely is to get the weight forward, straight down through your front foot, straight down through your front quad. I'll let the knee come down softly. Excellent. Back up, so you're more upright. Inhale, bring up the left hand. Tip it over. Back up. Hands on the front knee. Keep your chest and head moving back, even as you bend your front knee any amount further. Keep that front foot flat. You don't want to. The knee maybe needs to go no further than the toe, and the foot should stay flat on the ground the whole time. For those of us who like to push ourselves. Good. Now with the weight, concentrate your mind, focus your mind on pushing down through the front foot to lift the back knee. Ooh, lose my own balance there. Push down through the front foot. There we go. Lift the back knee. And step forward. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms by your side. Let's try that sequence again. Bend your knees. Step your right foot back. Remember, the weight's going to stay over the front foot, or use a little support. If now you need to adjust, you know it's coming. If you need a support or a chair or wall, ledge, weight your front leg. That's also a great idea. You can also, if it bothered your knee, you can fold your mat in half and put the weight on so the knee has a little bit of cushion, is an option as well. Okay, keeping the weight on the front foot. Bend down so that back knee can come down softly, safely. Good. Back off a little bit so you're more upright. Inhale, bring the right arm up and over. Breathe here. I like this side better. I don't know about you. Inhale, hands back to the front knee. Keep that energy moving back in the front, on the chest and the crown as you sink the hips and knee forward. Good. Push the weight down through the front leg. Lift your back knee and step forward. Left leg back. Weight through the front foot so the back knee can drop. Front foot and front thigh is really the key there. Back off of it. You guys are doing great. Good job getting up and down from the ground. Good for you. Inhale, left arm up. Tip it over. Back to center, hands on knee. Sink it forward. Push down through the front leg and lift up through the back. Step forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Great job. Great job. Take a moment just to stand in mountain pose again. Feel the strength in your legs. Feel the mobility in your legs and arms. Notice it's easier to be upright through your spine. It's fascinating that, yes, we're working the body here, but it's not just the stretch, right? We're moving a lot slower than usual. It's the mind being calmer that relaxes the body. Noticing if that elephant is going where you're directing it. Be a little more than when you started. I've called the mind an elephant today. I think we called it a horse earlier. They have another one in Zen. They call it the monkey mind. I don't think anyone rides a monkey, but monkey mind, that's another one. Mine really gets a bad rap. Great job. Okay, from here, we're going to come down, our first downward dog of the day. You're going to come down to your knees, place your hands on the mat, push down through your palms and spread your fingers. Take a moment. You can even look at your hands, that the hands are sealed into the mat, shoulders distance apart, palms and fingers spreading, so that the arms feel strong and start to melt your spine through your shoulder blades. Melt your spine through your shoulder blades. Breathe into that. Keep that melting and then try to reopen your shoulder blades away from each other. So it's not just a collapsing of your heart, but just it's a opening of your shoulder. Good. You should feel strength through your shoulder on all sides. This could be done at the wall. Tuck your toes and keep this strength in your shoulders and arms and spine as you pull your hips up, but also back at the same time. Up and back at the same time. Good. Now breathe 5 breaths, focusing on what we've talked about for our breathing. Keeping those alignment cues. Drop the knees down and relax. We're going to do another round of downward dog, concentrating. So, Bill, if you wanted to do that at the wall, you could practice the same actions at the wall. Spread your fingers and palm. You can put your hands on a table and do this exact same action on a table. Push down through your hands, all fingers pressing evenly. And now melt your spine through your shoulder blades. You're not arching the back, you're just sinking and freeing up your shoulder mobility. Good. That should bring your shoulders together naturally. Keep that sinking feeling and then try to broaden your shoulder blades at the same time. This should create a lot of stability and strength in your shoulders. Maintain this sense of strength in your shoulders as you tuck your toes and pull your hips back and up at the same time. Breathe 5 breath counts. Releasing your neck and shoulders and skull all as one. Good. Come down to your knees. Relax the pose. Good job. When you're ready, you're going to lie flat on your belly. Good. Bring your elbows under your shoulders and push down through your elbows and palms. Sink down through your pelvis and shins. Good. Now focus on your breath and part your shoulder blades, part your collarbones. Breathe. Concentrate and direct your attention with the breath at these subtle ideas of opening the shoulder blades, opening the collarbones. It's a movement, just like earlier when we were moving and breathing. It's just that this movement is more internal. You can still direct the mind. You can still walk the elephant down that path. Good. Turn the elbows out. Rest. Put your hands in front of you and rest your cheek on the back of your hands. You can keep your hands and cheek like this, or neutralize it and then lift your right leg straight up in the air. You might start to then arc it over to your right a little bit. I'm sorry, over to your left. Lace it back down, turn the other cheek, and lift the left leg straight into the air. From here, arc it over a little bit. And release it down. Come back to neutral. Prop yourself up just on your left elbow, and you're going to reach back and hold your right foot with your right hand. If you can't reach, you might grab a strap, or a belt is a good one to use if you don't have a strap at home, and hold your foot with your hand. Now with the right hand, direct the foot a little bit wider, so it's kind of rotating your hips back to square. Breathe and listen. Direct the mind to be attentive to your hip and thigh and knee. And then slowly start to work the foot a little bit deeper, listening to the body. You might be able to turn your gaze to your left. And release the leg. Let's change sides. Direct the left foot a little wider than the hip to square your hips. And then slowly start to bring the elbow in, bend your elbow, listening to the hip, the thigh, the knee. You might take your gaze to the right. Release the leg. Place the hands under the shoulders. Push down to push up. You push back towards your sit bones, your heels with your sit bones. Walk the knees forward. We're going to go up one more time. Starting in a squat pose. And then back to standing. Good. You can go find a wall now if you like to use the wall or a chair. We'll try a little bit of balancing. without using your hand today, you're going to shift your weight into your right foot, noticing that we're not putting too much pressure in the toes or the toe joints. And just turn your left knee out slightly. When you're ready, you're going to bring up the heel or the toe you choose and place it against the right leg, wherever it feels appropriate. If you're putting pressure on the knee, just be mindful of how that feels on your knee. Some people think that it's not the ideal place to apply pressure. I haven't found any problem with it. I know plenty of people that haven't found any problem with it and say, there's no big deal about putting pressure on the knee. But maybe the pressure is a little bit above or a little bit below on the shin or the thigh. We're just going to stabilize there. Don't use your hand to bring the leg up any higher. And if that toe is touching the ground still and that heel is just on your calf or your ankle, that's fine today. Let the hip be open. Engage the outer glute muscles, piriformis muscles, deep inner glute muscles. Stretch your wingspan a little wider. And then slowly bring that foot down. Balance evenly on the left foot, not putting too much pressure on the toes or toe joints. And you'll turn the right knee out a little bit. This could be fine. This is the pose. We're going to have a steady, smooth breath and direct that wild elephant. Or inhale, bring the heel up, foot up any amount into your tree today. Breathe. Keep breathing. It's the same action we did at the very beginning of class when we were sitting on the cushion. Breathing through the tip of the nose, hearing the sound of the breath in the throat, directing our attention. Eventually the mind learns, I like it this way. Release the foot down. Good. We're going to go back to the first side again. Shift the weight. This time, if you're going to use the wall, have the wall on your right side. So you can put a hand on the right hand on the wall. Turn the toe out. And then lift the foot up again. Breathe. You might turn your hand down so you can gently support yourself with the wall. Now bring the knee to forward. Flex the heel back and push through your heel as you tip forward, warrior three. Mindful not to overuse your toe joints. Inhale, bring the knee all the way forward and up. Keep your foot flexing. Lift your toes, lift your toes, lift your toes. Push the heel straight out any amount. Be careful of your quad. It's okay if it goes low. It's okay if it goes to the ground. And then put the foot down on the earth. Good. So that leg, when you're kicking out, you bring the knee up. See, the toe is lifted, the heel is down, and then I kick out. But you don't have to kick out. You can kick on a diagonal. You can kick down to the floor. Okay? Either way, it's going to really help build the quad. You got to keep those toes lifting, leading with the heel. Put the wall support on your other side. Turn the right knee out. Inhale, bring the leg up, tree. Breathe here. Find stability, balance, and direct awareness. Direct awareness. Where it's breathing and moving together. Bring the knee in front. Flex the heel. Exhale. Push your heel back towards warrior three. Body leans forward. Breathe here. Inhale, pull the knee forward and up, 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 up. Flex the foot, kick out, and then release it down. Good, so that kick out is just for a moment and you pull it right back, okay? First side again. First side again. Shift the weight into the right leg. Turn the knee out. Keep breathing, methodical movement. Bring the foot up Breathe here. Steady, rhythmic breathing. So you don't have to just rush to move when I move. Let your next inhale, right? The next breath makes the action happen. On the inhale, knee comes forward. On the exhale, heel pushes back, warrior three. Breathe here, moment. Inhale, knee up, 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 up. Exhale out, and then step it down. Great job. Last round. Putting the weight in the left foot. Taking a moment, stabilize your left side. Keep that steady rhythm of your breath going. So the transitions happen inside a breath. Inside a breath. Inhale, bring up the foot. Methodical movement, coordinated with your breathing. The mind quietly remains still. Perhaps the elephant follows the directions of the director of your will. Inhale, bring the leg to center. Exhale, push back. Inhale, knee forward all the way up. Kick out, exhale, and release it down. Very good. Now you'll have the support in front of you. Less balancing step. Inhale, bring the left knee up. Exhale, hook the ankle onto it and sink down. Hands on the shin or hands slide down the wall. Breathe here. Good. Inhale, knee up, arms up. And slide the hands up the wall and then down. Inhale, right knee up. Exhale, hook and sink down. Inhale, bring it up, knee up high. Exhale down. Awesome. Step back to the front of your mat. And you're going to slowly lower down now into a squat pose. Breathe here. Just pause. Breathe here. You can stay in squat. Stay in squat. And when you're ready, you'll come down to a kneeling pose in your squat. Sit on the props if you like to sit on props between your feet. Good. Rest your hands in your lap. Directing the mind's attention, we're going to count an extension of our exhales. So you're going to count your inhale in, whatever that is, and you're going to make your exhales always 2 counts longer. So I'll count for us the first few, but then you'll just count yourself. You'll count the inhale and just always make your exhale 2 counts longer. This will help keep you attentive, keep the focus on the breath. We'll start with a 4 and 6, and then I'll let you find your own rhythm. You can do Ujjayi if you like it. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 6. You should count. Inhale 4. Exhale 6. You can count in your own mind. Inhale 4. Exhale 6. Inhale 4. Exhale 6. Inhale 4. Exhale 6. Your own pace now. Count in your mind. Whatever your inhale is, just lengthen the exhale count by 2. Keep going if you can. This time, just make your exhale count 3 or 4 counts longer than your inhale count. So just making that count a little bit longer than it was. Not just 2 counts, but 3 or 4 counts longer. Your own pace. Good. When you're ready, come forward. Push your props off to the side and sit back. You'd like to sit up a little higher because it bothers your hips. If the knees are higher than the hips, it could be helpful to sit on a prop. If they're the same height as your hips, then you're okay. Walk the shins forward a little bit. And place the knees and ankles in a line so you have a boxier position. Lengthen through your spine. And gently start to let the shoulders and crown move forward. Just staying really relaxed now, really easy in the body. Good. Inhale, come back up to upright. Take a moment just to be very vertical. Pull through your spine, keeping the shoulders and collarbones broad. And slowly put the other shin in front. A little bit of a boxier shape so the ankles and knees are in a line. Vertical through your spine. And then very slowly just let the shoulders and head start to droop forward. Very passive. Just being with the sensation, being with a soft, subtle breath. Inhale, come back up. You're going to take both feet out so the heels are down and the toes are up. Rock to the side. Make sure your hips are stable. Let the heels be anchors like gravity, and just rest your fingertips in front. Slowly, same thing. Just let the shoulders and head just start to droop forward. Don't force, don't push. Just observe the stretch, observe the sensation. Calm, slow breath. Inhale back up. Bring the legs together and place the feet, place the feet together. Let the knees fall open. And press down through your hands and gently pull back. Try not to protrude your chest or ribs forward, but lift up through your spine. Breathe here. If you can sit up easily here, like if you let go, it's not too difficult. Turn and hook your left hand on your knee and just give a gentle push as you twist. And then do the opposite side, fingertips behind you. Give a gentle press with the hand as you twist. Center yourself. Bring the knees up and separate the feet apart. From here, drop your knees all the way to your, let's see, that's your right. Drop your knees all the way to your right. Good. You bring them up. Let's windshield wiper them the other direction. So you have plenty of room to clear your knees here. That's how wide apart your feet are. So if you can't get if your knee's going to hit your other leg, you got to get your feet wider apart. So when you come back up, notice how far apart my feet are. My mat's a little wider than normal. So you should be able to get your knee, when this time you drop them over to your right, you should be able to get that knee all the way down. You can lift that hip up off the ground, lift the left arm up off the ground. Oh, yeah. Dare I say it, we're going to turn, not face the front, and turn and bring that hand down behind you. So you've actually made a twist behind you, and you're kind of looking towards the back of your mat, and you're twisted here. Breathe. Breathe into your low back. Inhale, come back to center. Bring the knees up. Make sure your feet are wide enough apart so you can drop the knees all the way, even the right knee, all the way to the floor. That'll bring up your right arm nice and high. And then take it and point it back behind you. You can realign your hands so that you're twisting. You might not face all the way to the back of your mat, but you're moving in that direction. Inhale back to center and slowly lower down on your backs. Yogas Chitta Vritti Nirodha. This is the second line of the Yoga Sutras. Yoga is the stilling of the fluctuations or modifications of the mind. If there's one final pose that you always like to do here, feel welcome to take it. But otherwise, start to stretch out your limbs and rest for a few minutes. Stretch your body and take a comfortable seat on your mat. Thanks for practicing. Namaste.